What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm John, Strong General Fitness, and I just want to sit and have a chat with you about what's going on in the quarantine. You're not going to get any advice from me on how to handle the virus. That is not what I'm here for. I'm here to help you kind of have a mindset shift, help you reset potentially, because you're probably going through a lot of stuff right now, and how to really just thrive during the quarantine instead of just trying to survive. The number one piece of advice I can give you right now is set a routine and have a plan. So have an alarm, wake up at the same time every single day. That is going to set the standard for how you're going to approach each day. And the night before, have a plan. So what I use is a little sheet. It has time blocks on it. I write my tasks and I time block what I have to do for that day. I have the most important tasks, other things I want to accomplish that aren't as important, and just like a brain dump. So I toss that in whenever my brain's firing, just get some ideas out of my head and onto the paper. So for example, this morning I had to wake up at 6. I was gonna write for at least an hour. I get my son up around 8:30. We have breakfast time, family time. I have another work block, typically between 1 and 3 o'clock. It depends if I have any client calls, workouts, if I have to meal prep. All of these things are gonna go onto my calendar depending on the day, what's most important, and if I have to balance my schedule with anybody else's calendar or schedule at the time. Obviously right now I don't have any in-person clients. I'm dealing with everyone online, but I'm still communicating, still calling, still talking with everyone to make sure we're all on the same page, which is gonna lead me into tip number 2, and that is stay active and be physical every day. So whether or not you still have access to a gym, it doesn't really matter. If you're working out from home or you're working from home and you have to stay home and you're in a quarantine, you're in self-isolation, it doesn't mean you can't be physically active. It doesn't mean you should just throw your physical goals out the window. Have a plan to get at least 20 minutes of activity every single day. That could be 20 minutes of walking, 20 minutes of yoga, go for a run, body weight workout. If you have dumbbells and bands at home, a band and dumbbell workout. Just do something that's gonna benefit you, your mental health, your physical health, and your long-term goals. There's nothing wrong with getting a 20-minute workout in. Granted, you're not gonna build any muscle and build any strength at this time, and that's okay. It's gonna be more of a muscle maintenance, fitness level maintenance type of situation. The sooner you can understand that and accept that, the easier the process is gonna be for you. Granted, you're gonna miss the gym. Granted, you're gonna wanna lift some heavy shit. Now's not the time. If you don't have access to a gym, accept it and move on. We can control, and you can control what you do on a daily basis. So if you have access to weights, use them. If you don't, use your body, all right? The most important thing right now is to maintain that hard-earned muscle as much as possible, and we do so by challenging our muscles at least 3 times a week. Now with more time on your hands, I'd say 5 days for 20 minutes will suffice, and getting a high protein diet. So that's 0.8 to 1 grams per pound of body weight in protein. And even if you're less active than normal, I'd even say a gram per pound is even a better target to hit. So on top of that, the third thing I want to say is eat for your goals. So granted, again, if you're stuck at home, you're in quarantine, self-isolation, you're probably surrounded by food more often than you're used to. And it's very easy to just sit there and want to eat or get up and grab a snack every hour, every half hour. You're bored, you see things lying around, you want to eat them. It's very easy to kind of lose it, all your eating habits that you've worked so hard to maintain up to this point. So the best thing you can do is, again, because you're planning ahead, is planning your meals ahead of time. You're controlling every variable that goes into your food at this point. You're not going out. There's no social events. There's no bars. There's no clubs. There's no restaurants. You control every variable going into your body right now. So cook as many meals as you can. Track all the food that you're eating. You have the time now. You have a little bit more time. And tracking food is not going to take you an hour. It'll take you 20 minutes. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, the faster it happens, the easier it is. So Plan your meals ahead of time, track all of your calories. And like I said, especially if you're trying to lose fat, don't expect a lot of progress on the scale right now, but maintain your healthy habits, maintain the habits that are gonna help you lose fat once you can kickstart your activity level again, going to the gym and doing the regular things you were doing before. Again, with nutrition, eat 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, and just monitor your levels of carbs and fats. Try to have your calories set for the day, try to hit them. Try not to just snack mindlessly, try not to binge eat because you're stressed out. That's gonna be key during this quarantine, because you don't wanna gain any unwanted fat. Let's be real here. If you have a body composition goal, it's very easy to gain a bunch of fat very quickly if you just sit around, do nothing, and eat a whole bunch of food. That is a recipe for disaster. The best thing I can tell you to do is move more as much as possible right now. Keep your NEAT up. We've talked about NEAT before. And that way, if you do eat a little bit more, you have that leeway in your calorie balance that you're not gonna gain a bunch of fat. So I'm telling all my clients, like, look, you're probably gonna eat a little bit more, just move more. Move more than normal, go for walks, get your workouts in, and just be mindful again of the protein is the most important. Now, the bonus tip number 4, have a to-do list. All right, have a to-do list. Set out some things for you to do each day. You can just knock things off the list, check things off. It feels amazing when you knock things off a to-do list. If they're physical things too, like cleaning, organizing the house, different stuff like that, it's gonna help with your NEAT, it's gonna help with your metabolism. So it's even more of a benefit for you. The last thing I want you to see is you sitting around all day long watching Netflix or browsing the internet or on social media all day long, which is my next point, is stay off social media for blocks of a time. Please, there's so much crap on there right now. It's easy to get super stressed, even more anxious. It is already an anxious time. Stay off social media for an extended period of time. Stop watching news. Don't watch the news all day long. The news isn't changing hour by hour. Granted, more cases might pop up here and there, but you don't need to watch the news all day long. It's not gonna be beneficial for your health, mental and physical health. Okay? That's gonna be the video for today. That's gonna be the tips, how to survive, thrive the quarantine. You control what you can control. That is the theme right now. So don't stress out about what's been happening, what has happened. Just think about, what can I do right now? What's gonna help me 2 months from now, 6 months from now? Because let's face it, if you're watching this video, you're more than likely gonna be around after this is all passed. Once the storm settles and the dust clears, whatever metaphor you wanna use, you're gonna be around. So take advantage of the time you have, be productive with it, and still think long-term. It's very easy to get caught up in the short term because there's so much going on right now. Border closures, stock market crashing, grocery stores depleted. It's a lot to take, and I get that. But if you look past the short term and look long-term, because you're still gonna be around, you still have things you want to accomplish, whether work or fitness, health related, look towards that. Write your goals down, focus on them, knock things off the priority list, and just try to keep a positive attitude throughout all this. If you need any extra support, extra guidance, you just want to talk to somebody, I'm here for you. All right, send me a message, leave a comment, whatever you need. I'm here. That's the video. Like it, share it, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're doing okay. Strong Jung out.